It's time again for the Science Bowl.
Zoo Parade for 5. What big teeth the hippo has are actually a pair of these. Science Potpourri for 10. Would a snake most likely eat every day? Every week, Dateline Science for 10. Why are some elephants wearing necklaces these days? Green things for 15.
And now, here's your host, Mr. Z himself, Dave Zarin.
Thank you and welcome to the Science Bowl. Today, two great elementary schools vying for the chance to move on in our competition. Let's meet the teams right now. First from Allenwood Elementary, would you please say hello to Leslie Martinez, Dylan Gardner, and Paris Jackson. And from Glenarden Woods Elementary, here they are, Ashley Gonzalez Garcia, Hannah Abraham, and Ruby Calandria. And now, here are the categories of questions we use on the Science Bowl.
Okay, Mr. Z, here's today's categories. Green things, questions about plants and all things green and growing. Zoo Parade, a Noah's Ark of questions about animals. Body systems, we'll see how much you know about yourself, about things like breathing and growing and digesting your food. Let's get physical. Questions that test your knowledge of physics and chemistry, earth science and space science. Then there's Science Potpourri. Here's a grab bag of science questions, everything from air pollution to the kitchen sink. And finally, Dateline Science. We'll ask you about science history and science in the news.
Here on the Science Bowl, we arrange our game board according to question difficulty with the easier questions on the left. They're worth 5 and 10 points. The tougher ones, 15, 20, and ultimately 25, the toughest of them all. Both of our teams start out at 50 points. No penalties ever for incorrect answers. At the end of the 2 rounds today, we will have a competitor for Laurel Elementary School as we head toward the semifinals in this year's competition. Let's make sure everything works properly. Dylan, would you try your buzzer? It looks and sounds good. Good luck to you, Leslie and Paris. Hannah, would you give it a push over there? It's a team effort over there. Hannah, Ruby, and Ashley, good luck to you. Everything seems to be in working order. Congratulations for being chosen to be here on the Science Bowl. You've already won by being here. Let's just have some fun and have a good game. A before G, so Allenwood and Dylan, let's play the bowl. Go.
Body systems for 5.
Body systems for 5 points. Teams, you know that pasta comes in all kinds of shapes. There's capellini, there's fettuccine, there's ziti, and then there's macaroni that is often in the shape of this joint on your arm.
Elbow.
Glenarden Woods.
Elbow.
Elbow macaroni. That's it. Good. Go. 5 points for Glenarden Woods.
Potpourri for 15, please.
Potpourri for 15 points. Teams, in the recent Jurassic World movie, Jimmy Kimmel had a cameo role. He played a scientist, and he destroyed all kinds of laboratory equipment, including many of these. For 15 points, can you tell me what I'm holding in my hand, Hannah?
Flask.
It is a flask. Absolutely right. Good. Go again. Green.
Zoo Parade for 20.
Zoo Parade for 20 points. Teams, the reason why a cat can twist and turn so easily in the air and always land on its feet is because it has 53 of these bones in its back, while we have only 33 of them. What bones am I talking about, Glenarden Woods?
Vertebrae.
Vertebrae, yeah. That's why the cat is just so nimble, so agile. Okay, go again, Green.
Green things for 10.
Green things for 10 points. Teams, it is the tannic acid in the bark of these trees, the world's tallest, that keep insects and disease away. World's tallest trees, name them. Redwoods was the right answer, the giant redwoods in California. Okay, go Green, please, again.
Let's get physical for 5 points.
Physical for 5 points. Teams, you know, if you were at the Olympics in Rio and you won a gold medal, when you got home and you kind of analyzed it, it was almost like you came in second place because there's only 5% gold in a gold medal at the Olympics. 95% is this medal that has the symbol AG. Glenarden Woods. Silver, yeah. So basically you got a silver medal with just a little bit of gold on the outside. Still worth getting, of course. Okay, good answer. Come on, Allenwood. talk to each other a little more. Get ready on that buzzer. Dylan, Paris, and Leslie, give him a nudge or a poke, all right? Get him into it, that's right. He's a big guy, he can take it. Go, Hannah.
Science potpourri for 10, please.
Potpourri for 10 points. Teams, in the Broadway musical Wicked, which was a prequel to The Wizard of Oz, the last song that they sing is called Defying This Force. What force are they defying, Dylan?
Defying gravity?
That's what I want to hear. Good, good, good. Go, Red. Flip the buzzer for me.
Body systems for 15.
Body systems for 15 points. Teams, the earliest hearing aid was actually shaped like one of these musical instruments in the brass section that you use for playing taps. Hannah.
Tuba.
Not a tuba, good try. What brass instrument was actually the first hearing aid? Dylan.
Trumpet.
Trumpet, yeah, an ear trumpet is what they called it. Good. Red.
Zuperate for 5.
Zuperate for 5 points. Teams, animals and characteristics often are associated together like wise as an owl, or stubborn as a mule, or sly as one of these animals. Glenarden.
Fox.
A fox. Sly as a fox. Absolutely right. Okay. 100 to 75. Close game advantage. Green.
Let's get physical for 15.
Get physical for 15 points. Multiple choice question. Teams, the heat from the sun reaches us through which of the following methods of heat transfer? Conduction, convection, or radiation? Glenarden Woods.
Convection.
Not convection. The sun's heat reaches us through conduction, convection, or radiation. Allenwood.
Convection?
The one neither of you chose. It is radiation. Radiation was the right answer. Try again, Green.
Dateline science for 10.
Dateline for 10 points. Teams, your answer is as follows. Your question, rather, is a visual question. Look at the monitor in the studio, if you would, please. Teams, a biofilm made up of bacteria and all kinds of fungus is now coating what famous national monument that you see here in downtown Washington? Allenwood.
I'm a pass to Leslie.
Leslie, which one is it?
The Washington Monument?
It is not the Washington Monument. What famous
What is the White House?
memorial is that, Hannah?
The White House.
No, that's the Jefferson Memorial. The one you see as you come across the 14th Street Bridge, and those creatures are causing it to blacken. They're trying to figure out a way to clean it. All right, the buzzer says we've come to the end of the first round. It is 100 for Glenarden Woods, 75 for Allenwood. Good game. Don't you go anywhere. We will be right back.
Simple moments are what make every day count.
And welcome back to Science Bowl. So good to have you with us in this, our 31st year of competition here in the Prince George's County Public Schools. And our students, our competitors, they keep getting better each year. Let's meet them right now before we ask any more science questions of them. Let's go to Allenwood Elementary. And Dylan, nice to have you here, you and Paris and Leslie. In our 31 years, this is only the second year you've been here. You've had us waiting too long. We love having you with us. Tell us about Allenwood. Where's it located, Dylan?
Temple Hills, Maryland.
Temple Hills, that's right. And who's your principal?
Miss Fabui.
And she is here today. She is such a big supporter of you guys. And The sponsor of your team is Mrs. Cornegay, and she was a nominee for Teacher of the Year recently, and there's no doubt why when you see her class. And Samantha, always thank you for all you do and for being here today. Tell us, do you have any alternates on your team, Dylan?
Yes.
Who you got?
Michael and Marzell.
And they'll be out in just a few moments here with your principal and your sponsor. And tell me something that's really special about Allenwood that you want everybody to know.
We roar.
You roar. I like that. Can you do that for us? Give us a roar. Roar! I didn't think they were actually going to do it. That's how. What is your team mascot?
The Wildcat.
The Wildcats. All right. I love that roar. Katy Perry. She can eat her heart out, right? All right. What do you want to do when you get older, Dylan?
I want to be a basketball player, or a musician, or the president of the United States.
Wow, you got lots of options there, don't you? Well, you're going to have to run against Leslie because she also wants to be president. You can't both be president, right, Leslie?
No.
No. And you want to be a lawyer first, right? And you want to go to?
Harvard
Law School. That's the breeding ground. That's the training ground for presidents. Why'd you want to be president?
I want to make every school a green school because I'm really serious about pollution, air pollution, light pollution, also global warming, and I'm studying about it right now.
Wow. You're very easy to listen to, and you're convincing. I can see you being a lawyer, and I can see you in the Oval Office one day. I'll have to remember, if I'm still around, to vote for Leslie. All right, nice to have you with us. Paris, tell us about yourself. And Paris, you're the only one here today who was here last year. Are you feeling more comfortable this year?
Yeah.
Yeah, she said, not really, Mr. Zarin. It's still kind of nervous being here. And you know, if you're not nervous, you're not normal. I'm nervous too, because you always want to do your best, don't you?
Yes.
So you try to do your best, and you try to think, I know everyone's watching, I just hope I remember stuff. You're doing a good job here. What do you want to do someday, Paris?
I want to be a veterinarian.
Yeah, and you've got a dog. It's a poodle mix, right? Yeah, and you've had that dog, it's just kind of a puppy, just a year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and what do you do in your spare time if you're not taking care of your pets?
It's either I talk to my cousins or play video games.
Sounds like a normal childhood that you're having at home there, just being good to your family and your friends there. Nice to have you back again. And Glenarden, it's nice to have you guys here. All right, the Allenwood guys all roared, and you guys, what's your mascot over there, Hannah?
Tigers.
Tigers. Can you growl? All right, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. All right, thanks for doing that for me. Who's your principal over there? It's Miss Boulding, isn't it?
Miss Boulding, yes.
Yeah, she's just great. And your school was in the news because one of your bus drivers famously saved 20 of your colleagues, your classmates, from that burning bus. It was just a miracle, and we're still so grateful to Renita Smith for doing that. And you've got 3 sponsors, don't you?
Yes.
Who are they?
We have Mr. Richardson, Mr. Della Serna, and Mr. Hanowski.
They'll all be out here in just a few moments. Thanks, you gentlemen, for doing this. I know this is your first year, and you've done well here because these 3 young ladies are just terrific. And Hannah, tell me, any alternates on your team?
We have Afra and Justin.
Wonderful. And they'll be out too with your sponsors in just a few moments. Tell me, there are all kinds of great things about Allenwood and Glenarden Woods. What do you want to tell us?
Well, Glenarden Woods, the teachers always push you to strive, and they don't leave you behind. They really help you out.
That's so important. No one wants to be left behind, you know, and the least of them has to be the concern of every teacher. So thanks for mentioning that. And right now you're temporarily housed at the Robert Goddard site, but you're moving back into your old school at the end of this school year, right? But you guys will be gone, right? Because you're 5th graders. All right. What do you want to do someday, Hannah?
I would like to be a mechanical engineer or an astronaut.
Wonderful. Well, sometimes that would go together. Yeah, that would be good training. And Ruby, what about yourself? What do you aspire to do?
I'd like to be an author or maybe an engineer, probably a computer engineer.
Yeah. In fact, all of you, I know Ashley, I'm going to talk to her in a moment. She had told me earlier, right, Ashley, you wanted to be a computer engineer too. So all of you young ladies are good both in science and in math, and I guess all the STEM subjects, right? Because they really all complement each other. Ruby, what do you do in your spare time?
I like to read and draw, and I'll sometimes try to make up stories. I also like to watch TV and hang out with friends.
That's great. I asked her earlier what her favorite TV show was, and she now knows what to answer, right, Ruby? What is it?
Science-ful.
Thank you. Yes, she was not paid to do that, but she was somewhat coerced. Thank you, Ruby. Ashley, nice to have you here today. And you just like to make people laugh, don't you?
Yes.
Why is that important?
Because I feel like
it makes a good relationship with your friends.
Yeah, because no one wants someone who's always down. You want to look at the bright side as much as you can because life can be tough, as we all know. Tell me what you do in your spare time, Ashley.
I like to solve riddles and puzzles.
Yeah.
I also like to just daydream.
Yeah, you have to do that, don't you? Yeah. And you get lost in your reveries there, and that. Yeah, don't ever lose that. You have all the right qualities there in computer engineering, right?
Well, preferably a webmaster.
Webmaster, very good. I can see you being successful. All right, let's get back into the game. It's still a close game, 75-100. Glenarden Woods, you're ahead. Lots of points left. Last correct answer came from Hannah, so let's get back at it. Hannah, go.
Green things for 5 points.
Green things for 5 points. Team, some students on Science Bowl say that it's so easy, it's like falling off one of these green things that can also be thrown onto a fireplace. What are we talking about, Hannah?
Wood.
Give me another
Trees.
term. Not trees. Dylan, help her out.
Falling off of bushes?
Falling off a log. Falling off a log, yeah, or throwing another log onto the fireplace. All right, you were dancing all around it there, but couldn't give you those 5 points. Go again, Green.
Science potpourri for 5 points.
Potpourri for 5 points. Teams, the electronic stun guns that police use today are named for Thomas A. Swift's electric rifles. The acronym is known as this. Allenwood.
Pass to
Leslie.
Taser.
A taser, that's exactly right. Good answer. Red. Go ahead, Dylan.
Dateline science for 5.
Dateline science for 5 points. Teams, your question is as follows. Former Vice President Al Gore, who made a movie about climate warming, said that the Earth is getting so hot that it's running a what? Dylan.
That the Earth is getting so hot that it's running a sweat?
Not a sweat. Good try. The Earth is getting so hot, Glenarden Woods, that he says it's running a what?
Temperature.
Judges say yes. We'll give you temperature or fever is what we were looking for as well. But we will accept that answer. Go Green.
Zoo parade for 10 points.
Zoo parade for 10. Teams, a lot of you probably grew up reading about the very hungry caterpillar. And maybe some of you played the game about the African river horses that were hungry. Glenarden Woods.
Hippos.
Hippos, the hungry hippos. That's right. Thank you, Ashley, for your assist on that one. Go Green.
Green things for 15 points.
Green things for 15 points. Teams, your question is as follows. The ovary in a plant contains seeds, and whether it's a nut or a tomato or a peach, you call that thing a what? Allenwood.
You call it a fruit?
A fruit it is, absolutely right. Boy, you made us sweat that one out, huh? Go. Red.
Let's get body systems for 10.
Body system for 10 points. Teams, Vice Presidential candidate Tim Kaine has this kind of facial hair that is arched on the left-hand side of his face. We're talking about his what? Allenwood.
His beard?
Not his beard, no. This. Go ahead, Hannah.
Sideburns.
His eyebrow. His eyebrow is arched. Okay. I couldn't tell you pluck because guys don't pluck their eyebrows. Well, maybe some do. Okay. Go again, Green.
Dateline science for 15 points.
Was that correct? Is it green? Was it the green side? Debbie, correct?
When you said green, I flipped it green.
Okay. Who gave us the last correct answer? Red. Okay. I'm sorry. Dylan, you get to choose.
Oh.
Yes, sir.
Let's get physical for 10.
Let's get physical for 10 points. Teams, the Leonids, the Perseids, and the Geminids are showers, not of rain, but of these. Dylan.
I'm going to pass it to
Paris.
Cats and dogs.
Not cats and dogs. Remember the category. Let's get physical. The Leonids, the Perseids, and the Geminids are all showers, not of rain, but of these.
Frogs.
Meteors. Those are meteor showers. Remember, during the year, they always tell you, go outside, usually at some ungodly hour, to watch these showers come through the sky. Go again, please. Red.
Zoo parade for 15.
Zoo parade for 15 points is a visual question. Look at the monitor, please, in the studio. This spider-tailed horned viper has, if you look closely, a fake spider on its tail to lure its victims, and its mottled appearance makes it blend in, so you would say that that snake is perfectly what? Perfectly what, Allenwood?
Perfectly camouflaged.
Yes, sir. That's what I want to hear. Good. Go.
It's the key bag.
All right. Almost a tie score. 110 Allenwood, 115 Glenarden Woods. Dylan, you choose.
Dateline science for 15 points.
Dateline science for 15 points. Teams, we all know that Alexander Graham Bell invented the telephone, but he proposed that when you answered the phone, you say, ahoy! I didn't even get to the question. What do you want to tell me, Dylan?
Sorry, no answer.
Okay, Glenarden Woods. Alexander Graham Bell, the inventor of the telephone, proposed that when you pick up a phone, you say ahoy. The one who suggested we say hello was this other scientist inventor who invented the light bulb. Can you tell me his name?
Thomas Edison.
That's who I want to hear. Yes, indeed. Good. Go green. Thomas Edison it is.
Green things for 20.
Green things for 20 points. Teams, a sterile flower is a flower that has neither stamens nor these P initial parts that sound like the plant has a gun. Green thing.
Pistils.
Pistil. That's what I want to hear. Yes, neither stamens nor pistils makes a plant sterile. Nice. Thank you, Ruby, for your assist. Go green.
Body systems for 20 points.
Body systems for 20. Teams, if you're suffering from Crohn's disease or colitis, what body organ is suffering? What body organ is suffering if you have Crohn's disease or colitis? Glenarden Woods.
Liver.
Not the liver. Allenwood, talk among yourselves here. Colitis or Crohn's disease, what body organ is suffering, Dylan?
Can you repeat the question?
I thought I just did. If you're suffering from Crohn's disease or colitis, what body organ is suffering?
I'm Pastor Leslie.
Leslie.
The vertebra?
Not the vertebra, the large intestine, also known as the colon, hence the word colitis there. Try again, green. Come on, guys. Or excuse me, who's getting this? Green? Green, sorry.
Science potpourri for 20 points.
Science potpourri for 20 points. Teams, if you have a tube of this, on the side it might say that this is an effective preventive dentifrice, meaning you're probably holding a tube of what? Glenarden Woods.
Toothpaste.
Yes, indeed. Dentifrice. Good answer. Go green.
Dayline science for 20 points.
Dayline for 20 points. Teams, the Dutch lens maker known as Hans Lippershey made lenses that got the attention of this Italian inventor who went on to invent the telescope with that lens. Who was he? Who was he, Glenarden Woods?
Galileo.
Yeah, it was Galileo. GG. Go.
Let's get physical for 20 points.
Get physical for 20 points. Teams, your question is as follows. Doctors now say that you shouldn't give children medicine by the teaspoonful because it's not exact. Rather, you should use a syringe which measures in cc's. Cc's are an abbreviation for what measurement? Cc's. Come on, Allenwood. Let's get this one.
I'm Pastor Paris.
Come on, Paris.
Centimeters?
cc's. Need both. Help her out. Not quite. Glenarden Woods, what are cc's?
Centiliter.
Cubic centimeters. That's the cc, the double C. Try again, please. Green.
Body systems for 25 points.
Body system for 25. The big one in that category, teams, is a multiple choice question. Teams, if you injure your latissimus dorsi, have you most likely ruptured it, pulled it, or broken it? Dylan.
You pulled it?
You pulled it, yeah, because that's a muscle. Indeed. Good. Go. Red. Yes, sir.
Let's get physical for 25.
Let's get physical for 25 points. Teams, at the Rio Olympics, the swimming pool turned from blue to green. Not because of algae. Somebody mistakenly dumped in a whole bucket of H2O2. What is H2O2 in English? Seems like water. It is hydrogen peroxide. Hydrogen peroxide. Okay, we're running out of chances here. Come on, Allenwood, let's go.
Dateline Science for 25.
Dateline Science for 25 points. Teams astronomers recently simulated a black hole, confirming what this scientist, this famous physicist, who was in the movie The Theory of Everything and in a wheelchair, Glenarden Woods.
Stephen Hawking?
Stephen Hawking, absolutely right. His proposal, his theory seemed to have been validated. Go, green.
Green things for 25.
Green things for 25 points. Teams, we know that all plants are phototropic, but this flower, because of the way it turns, could actually be called heliotropic, because what's the name of that flower? Hannah.
Fern?
Not a fern. A heliotropic flower. It tells you that that flower turns toward the light in a very specific way. What is that flower, Dylan?
A dayflower?
A sunflower. Helio is a prefix that means sun. The buzzer has rung. That means we've come to the end of this great game here. We'll be back with a final tally in just a moment. Don't go away.
If you're like most families, you probably have video game fans in your home. But not every game is right for every kid, which is where the ESRB ratings come in. They help parents make informed decisions for their kids. And there's an easy-to-use mobile app that gives you detailed info on specific game ratings. Video game consoles have parental controls that you can set to block certain games by age rating, so they get all the fun, and you get peace of mind.
I tell people I have 3 kids, one of them's adopted, I just don't know which one.
I can't imagine having to be in a birth mother's position to make that choice.
You know, I was kind of just asking her, you know, what is your motivation? Why are you doing this? And she looked at me and she said, because you can give my son a life that I could not.
We always tell her thank you. He is such a blessing to us.
Every day is just a ray of sunshine from him. So we're Chanda and Brian, and we chose adoption.
Welcome back. What a good time we had here today, because we had 6 young people. Not only are they smart, they are just great young people, great sportsmen. No one ever gave up. We all had a good time. Our final tally today is Allenwood 135, Glenarden Woods 215. Congratulations over there. Look at that. It's 3 turned into 5 over there. Ashley, Hannah, and Ruby, and sitting in between there, over there at Glenarden Woods, Afra and Justin, congratulations. Can you guys all growl for us? All right, Mr. Richardson and Mr. Hanowski, Mr. De La Serna, congratulations. Thank you. Great debut performance for all of you. Allenwood, let's see those big smiles you got. President Leslie, President Dylan. You could be Vice President Paris over there. And look at the alternates back there as well. We've got Marzell and Michael. And Principal Fabui, thank you for taking time to be with us today. And our Teacher of the Year, in my mind always, Samantha Cornegay, thank you for being here today. We love having you, and we loved having you. We'll see you next time on another edition of Science Bowl. Bye-bye.